Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, everyone. So welcome to this third day of wonderful learning experiences. And on behalf of EcuaTesol, we want to thank all of you guys, the ones who are following us, the ones who are joining us every night in this EcuaTesol webinar series. And tonight we have so honored to introduce to Dr. Doris Molero. She's an ESP professor at Universidad San Pablo Tucumán, is passionate about language learning, instructional design, 3D multi-user virtual environments, and teaching with artificial intelligence. She holds the BWBPE 2022 Thinker Award and is a 2024 TESOL Call Intersection EVO coordinator. She uses technology for situated experiential learning and teaching for peace. So we share the same passion, and we are so glad and so happy to have a Latin America. So a Latin American professional, so talented. So LATAM rocks tonight. And we are so happy and so glad to have you here. Thank you so much, Doris, for accepting this invitation, and thank you for your generosity and all your time. I'm sure that all of us will have a great time tonight in your presentation. So the audience is totally yours. Remember that if you all have questions, you can write your questions either in our Zoom chat or on Facebook. We are transmitted on Facebook Live. So please don't hesitate and ask your questions, okay? Enjoy this time with Doris.
Okay, well, hello everyone. I'm so happy to be here and be able to share with you all of these wonderful things that now are possible thanks to AI. And so be ready to participate, be ready to ask questions, be ready to use your phones. If you have your phones with you, get your QR application ready, because we're going to be sharing a lot of resources, so you can go check and be amazed by this technology. So especially I will be sharing my research and practice in integrating artificial intelligence tools in my online classes with students from diverse linguistic backgrounds and different levels of language proficiency. I believe that this is a topic of great importance right now, and it's changing really fast. So the better, the sooner you get acquainted with it, the better, because things are going to get really interesting. So let us get started. And before I start, I want to introduce you to my avatar. Her name is Pioneer Destiny. You know what is an avatar, right? Do you have an avatar? If you can write in the chat if you have an avatar or not, if you know what it is or not. So just say yes or no in the chat. Okay. Let's see. If you are able to use the chat, please. Okay. Yes, I'm happy to see some faces and names that like they have a lot of experience to share. Okay, so not yet. Marta says, Kate says yes. Well, yes, an avatar is any representation that you have in all these applications. Most of the time you had to have a picture on your profile. Sometimes you had to select or create. So if you had been to virtual worlds, we don't have avatars. Have you seen those avatars from, I don't know, Facebook? Well, so that's it. Let's listen to my avatar. She's going to give a little intro on the session. So here we go, of course.
Hey there, I'm Pioneer Destiny, Dr. Molero's avatar. Thank you so much for joining us today. Let's revolutionize language education with Journey of Words, AI-driven art. In this transformative experience, we'll explore the incredible synergy between AI-generated art and language enrichment. Prepare to be amazed as we delve into visual vocabulary, cultural exploration, and creative language practice, all enhanced through captivating visuals. Join us for an immersive journey that unlocks the power of AI-driven art, taking language learning to new heights. Together, let's revolutionize language education and embark on this dynamic adventure. Are you ready? Let's get started.
Okay, so as she says, let's revolutionize language education. If you are curious about how this image that didn't exist before was created, this image was created from a prompt, as you can see there in the slide. Here we have the prompt, and I call this a talking avatar. So in order to do this, first you create an image using a AI text generator, and then you take it to another AI that allows for this image to come alive and to have a voice. And also, this image is a particular one because this one was created by uploading some photos of myself. So there is a little resemblance. It's not the same, but it looks a lot like your photo. If you want to do that, you can go to Vana. That's the application you need for this. Okay, so let us first start, thinking a little bit about these questions that we have here. Do you think that AI can play a role in fostering visual literacy and opening up fresh possibilities for communication through the arts? Do you think this is possible? Do you think that it can contribute to enhancing our cognitive abilities and critical thinking? Well, these are the questions that we are going to try to answer during this presentation. So I'm going to give you a little time to look at the questions and try to, participate and give an answer to this. So feel free to use the chat and leave a comment. How can AI play a role in fostering visual literacy and contributing to enhanced cognitive abilities and critical thinking? Okay, so absolutely, says Alina. Yes, we are teachers and we worked all the time. We teach the language, and to teach the language, we use images. So this is a new way to use images. So we can use all the techniques that we used before, but now it's going to be like faster and easier. So anyone can be a creator, and that's the beauty of it. Our students will be able to see how their words come to life and express ideas, and in a beautiful way. So okay, let us move on to the next slide. So this is a little like the map that we're going to follow today in this adventure. And first, we're going to talk about what is AI-generated art. Also, we're going to be pointing out the potential of AI-generated art for language learning. Also, prompt engineering. This is how the magic is done. And this is how we use the language to create visuals, images, and also to learn English, to learn vocabulary related to many different things. We're going to explain how it works. And then I'm going to show you some examples of what you can do. And also, we're going to provide you a box of tools with lots of tools that you can use that are easy, and most of the time they are free. And if they are not free, you can use the free time they offer. And if when that time is over and you have created your images, you can use another email address and start again, so without paying. Okay, so we're teachers, so we need to save any penny that we can't. So in this image that you have here, this image was created using a prompt that it was suggested by ChatGPT. Now ChatGPT can suggest prompts. This is a very different prompt from Midjourney, for example. That's the most important tool that there is the best. And if you read the prompt, you can see that this is like a little, you're given some instructions, and in a really nice way, like you're describing what do you want to see in the image. And by reading the prompt and looking at the image, you can see if this image is it is faithful to what the prompt says or not. So this is what I use with my students to create beautiful things. I found this in this resource that is called 101 Creative Ideas to Use in Education, to use AI in education. And I like this quote very much. It says that experimentation is at the heart of education. Being open to the diverse ideas will help us make novel connections that can lead to new discoveries and insights to make a positive contribution to our world. Ideas shared may be in its embryonic stage, half-baked, but worth exploring further through active and creative inquiry. And this is what you do with AI, okay? Nobody knows how to use it in education. So these have revolutionized the world, and everybody's thinking about the best way to use it. So don't be afraid. Go for it. Experimentation is at the heart of education. Okay. Now, if we're talking about words, I have these two quotes that I found really enlightening and really cool for this, this session. Words are the building blocks of a language since they label objects, actions, ideas, without which people cannot convey the intended meaning, okay? Without words, you cannot communicate what you think. So this is how this test, AI test-generated art is created through words. And we all know that enriching acquisition of vocabulary is a priority for any language learning program. So this is the base. This is what we do. We start in lessons showing images and teaching vocabulary, okay? Having students get acquaintance with the words that they're going to be learning in a lesson. So now, it takes me to the little definition of AI-generated art. And AI generated art this is art that is generated with assistance of artificial intelligence. And you already know that AI is the field of computer science that focuses on building machines that mimic human intelligence or even simulate the human brain through a set of algorithms. This was first in ChatGPT, okay? So when I first encountered AI-generated art, I started looking at the prompts and I started learning how to talk to the machine. Later on came ChatGPT, and that was like, okay, now I know how to do it. Okay, it was easier for me because I have already started with images. This is a way to explain how this works, you know. And this is an extract from a video that I watched last year. And it says, what this means is that we can now create images without having to actually execute them with paint or cameras or pen tools or code. It is just the result. You only need the input of a simple line of text. So it's like this, you know, you just write this sentence of what image you want in the prompt generator, and this is what you get. You know, it's a very easy way to create images and ideas and engage and think and have fun. So prompt engineering is the magic that make it happen. Okay, so it's the same with ChatGPT. Now you are facing this. If you have the chance to use ChatGPT, you see that you need to tell ChatGPT what you really want. You need to be very specific, and it's the same with images. So prompt engineering is the process of structuring words that can be interpreted and understood by a text-to-image model. So you have to think of it as the language that you need to speak in order to tell an AI model what to draw. Here we have another nice example. This image came to life because we were discussing in our class about a movie, a famous movie that is called Blade Runner. I don't know if you have seen that movie. If you haven't seen it, I recommend you to, to look for it. It is really interesting for the times that we are living. So then we got this prompt. It goes like a picture of a futuristic cityscape with towering skyscrapers that touch the clouds. The buildings are adorned with vibrant neon lights, casting an otherworldly glow. Flying cars zoom through the air, leaving trails of luminescence streaks. So as you can see, this picture matches the words in the prompt. So this is a way to tell our students, you know, that words, just by discovering the meaning of the words, they can create beautiful things, and they shouldn't be afraid of words. So that's what my students have learned. You know, once they found a word that they don't know, they would just go look for the meaning and then just use it in a prompt, and that will make it a little bit more interesting and memorable. This picture was made with Night Cafe Creator. I recommend this one because even though you had to pay, you want to create more things, it gives you some credits, you know, every day. So just by being a member of this site, you get credits every day that you can collect, and then you collect all these credits, and then you can create images that are really good quality. Well, so this is a little bit what I felt at the beginning. It was like, oh, we're using images the reverse way. Okay, so the students are required to build unique images. This is something that is interesting. All of these images are unique. You cannot repeat them. I mean, even if you use the same prompt, you will get different results. So each image is unique. And you can create as many images as you need, and then you have to start thinking about if the prompt matches the image, and then you have to pick the one that it goes better. For language learning, this is wonderful. It's a way to see that students are understanding when they are able to match their ideas with the images. You know, they think critically and use appropriate language to describe what they want to depict. The images won't always be perfect, and that's great, because then they had to keep on trying until they are satisfied. Students will need to change and adapt their prompts until they get the best results. This is my collection, a collection that I have in Blue Willow. This is another nice image generator. It's also free. Okay, now we come to the point where we talk about the potential of AI-generated artwork in language education. But so far, before we go into this, what are, you know, from what do you think about what you have seen so far? Is it, could you name some ideas or how this could be good for your language classes? Okay, like for example, how is this beneficial for your classes? Or what is your experience of using images, and how images help you, your students, to learn new words or to see the world in a different way? Amazing tool to engage students, inspiring and motivating for students, says Alina. Okay. Okay, so may infer predictions and context. Yes, Martha, I think you're right on that. Okay, so here we have that primarily we can use it to enhance, or this is the way I use it, to enhance vocabulary acquisition and retention. Nelly says it helps learners develop emotions and critical thinking, which are important in learning, definitely. Fostering the students' ability to express precisely what they want to produce, very creative and motivating. Thank you. Thank you for this. Yes, some of you, well, most of you agree on that it's good for developing analytical thinking. Okay, so as you can see, primarily vocabulary acquisition. AI-generated visuals can help learners associate words with vivid and memorable images by providing visual representations of vocabulary words. AI art facilitates deeper understanding and improved retention. Learners can connect the meaning of words to the corresponding visuals, making vocabulary learning more engaging and effective. That has been the experience with my students. They feel empowered when they can do this. It's like, teacher, I cannot draw anything, They are always shy about drawing. It's like, oh, everybody, most of us, we cannot compare to Picasso or all these people, so we think that we cannot do it. So this is a great way for students discovering that they will be able, that the most important thing is to have ideas and express them and be creative. Also, using visuals this way is helpful for storytelling and writing. This can spark creativity and imagination, inspiring learners to create stories and written compositions. By incorporating AI art prompts, learner can explore diverse visual stimuli and develop narratives based on these images. This process enhances their language skills, including vocabulary use, sentence construction, and narrative development. I have used this with my students to create stories. So we have, for example, one exercise that we have done is that if we're working with grammar and they're making sentences, and we say, okay, let's go create a prompt for this sentence, and then ask ChatGPT, for example, to create a short story based on the sentences they are working, and later on they can create an image of that story. So they have a short story and an image, and then they talk about it in class, Also, it's great for facilitating cultural exploration and understanding. AI art can expose learners to a wide range of culturally diverse imagery, providing a platform for exploring different cultures and traditions. AI-generated masterpieces from various artistic styles and cultural backgrounds can promote intercultural understanding, allowing learners to appreciate and respect diverse perspectives, customs, and art forms. Yes, at the beginning, when this AI-generated art started, most of the images were, representative of one culture. And people started complaining, oh, there's bias, you cannot, this is not good. And these are the same critics that you have had with ChatGPT. But that was the model that they used to teach to create a model. I mean, to teach AI how to think and what to do. But we can hack the system, and the more people are using these tools, the machine is learning. So I started at the very beginning to hack the system by asking specifically, I want a Latino girl, okay? Because if I use only the word girl, it will give me something different, like the girls that were used to create the model. But I just started using, like, I want a Yanomami girl. This is Yanomamis are from Venezuela. They live in the jungle. And I asked for, I don't know, from different countries. And then I started to get better results, you know, so we can hack the system, learn about culture. So, okay, also gamifying. This is something that always engages students and make it interesting and fun. So gamifying language can be integrated into gamify language activities, transforming the learning experiences into an interactive and engaging process. Learners can participate in language games, quizzes, and challenges where AI-generated visuals and prompts serve as a to produce language and comprehension. The gamify approach fosters active participation, motivation, and enjoyment in language learning. Yes, once again, it's like you can play games. Okay, let's create an image of this sentence. And if you're in a group, okay, who makes it faster, who gets to, then they can vote, you know. Also, enhancing pronunciation practice and language skills. So AI-generated visuals and voice recognition technology can aid in pronunciation practice and language enhancement. So when I was creating my talking avatar, I had the chance to go to this tool, and you had to pick a voice. Okay, you had to pick a voice, and you have different Englishes. So you can have English from India, English from Nigeria, English from England, from the United States, of course. So it's like you're playing, and also you're opening a door to the different Englishes that we have in our classes, you know. So students are exposed to that, and they can create characters and a voice that goes with the image that they have created. So there are wonderful opportunities for listening to how words are pronounced, and also to give a voice to their characters. And personalized learning and adaptive feedback, of course. AI-powered systems can analyze learners' performance and provide personalized feedback tailored to their specific needs. In the context of AI-generated artwork, learners can receive feedback on their interpretation of visual stimuli, storytelling skills, vocabulary usage, and language production. This adaptive feedback helps learners identify areas for improvement and guides them towards achieving their language learning goals. That has been my experience with the projects that we have worked in. So we have made projects in my classes, and this is a little roadmap of how we did it, okay? So first, we explore vocabulary, because that was at the very beginning when there were not so many tools as now. So all these great generators like DALL-E or Stable Diffusion, they prepare some guides, and those guides became the material for the students to research words, not only to learn about how to express ideas, to describe an image, okay? They learned about painters, they learn about words to express emotions and feelings. So it's a very rich opportunity to learn vocabulary. Then after we had researched the vocabulary, then we wrote prompts. Prompts can be original prompts created by the students, or they can be they can use templates, like, you know, they go to these places where they find, for example, Lexica is one of the ones that we use. There you have the work, they can see the work of many people, all of the images that they had created, and all of these images come with the prompts. So like students can just copy the prompt and then adapt it to what they want. So they start playing with the words and creating new things. Also now with ChatGPT, you can create, or not only ChatGPT, Bing and Bard, and now Claude. There are many many models out there that can be used for these purposes. We visited different tools, and then they selected the one that they liked the most. And of course, after that, we generated the images. We tried several generations and then modified prompts. Finally, and that's the pick, cherry pick the best image that comes closer to what they want to express in their image. So right now it's time for us to learn how to prompt. So I want you to, in the chat, please try to follow these instructions and try to write a prompt. This is an example of how I got to generate this image of this cute dog. And there you can see an example, a photo of a cute Dachshund dog wearing an astronaut uniform, soft lining, natural light in a space, intricate, hyper detail with bright colors, nebula, 3D rendered by Studio Ghibli. So what you do is, well, what do you want to create? Oh, I want to create a photo. And to create a photo, it can be a photo or a painting. In this case, I selected a photo. What's the subject of the photo? Is it a person, an animal, or perhaps landscape? What details do you want to add? For example, I wanted my dog to wear an astronaut uniform. And then we talk about lighting. And then you get words like soft, ambient, ring light, neon, all these words the students are learning about how to describe light, how to describe environment, how to talk about color scheme, how to talk about the point of view, background, all of these details that can be into the prompt to give you a most exact, better image, So I want you to try that. Can you write a prompt in your chat? Try to create a prompt that you're going to use now. In the next slide, we're going to go to a tool and create our images. Do you want any specific art style like 3D render, Studio Ghibli, movie poster? And also you can specify your favorite painter, like by Dali, by Picasso, by Studio Ghibli, okay? And what kind of photo is it? Is it macro? Is it telephoto? Okay, so I'm going to give you a few seconds to write your prompts in the chat. Can you do that? And get ready. Look at the model and try to write a prompt. Okay, so it can be just a simple line, okay? It doesn't have to be too complicated. It can be like, I want a photo of a cat wearing a hat. The cat is sitting in the moon, for example. That's it, okay? Well, so right now we're going to go to this site. I'm going to give you the link to the site. And with the prompt that you have created, you're just going to copy that prompt. This is the link. There you have it in the chat now. This is Zoo. It's an open source playground by Replicate. Is a text to image generator, and the beauty of this is that there are several models that you can use. For example, I really like Kandinsky here, and also a stable diffusion, but the first one is a little bit slow. So I'm going to copy the prompt by Mechhild. Sorry if I don't pronounce your name correctly. And I'm going to copy that here. Yes, you're looking at this, right? Yes, you're looking there. And I'm going to just click go. And in a few seconds, we're just going to get a lot of images, okay, created by different models. And then you're going to pick the one that you like the most, or the one that comes closer to the prompt. If you don't like the ones that you already created, you can give it a second try. You can try it again. Maybe you can also change a little bit the prompt. Okay, I'm going to go for it again. Just click to show you that each time you use the same prompt, you're going to get different images like this. Okay, so the prompts goes like an expressionist painting of a black cat, vibrant colors, the background is a city at night, and the moon is shining. So we need a city in the background, we need a black cat, and we need a city at night, and the moon is shining. So I think, you know, the Kandinsky ones are really cool. So I'm just going to get one, and I'm going to copy the image, and I'm going to share it here in the chat. So if you're following the presentation, I would like you to share your creations. Okay. Could you do it? Say yes. No. If you have any problems, maybe I can help you a little bit. Please copy the prompt and copy the image, okay? Both, the prompt and the image. So you can see to see if your prompt reflects the image. Hi, Rosie, welcome. Elizabeth, that's really cute.
Thank you.
Can you share your prompt? Okay. So cool picture for the cat maniac here. Thanks. And sorry for having such tongue twister name. I know it's hard to pronounce for any non-German. Of course, yes. I teach German students and I have a hard time. And I feel so bad. I wish I could have a, you know, so I will have to start learning German one day. Okay, David, that's a nice dog. Christmas time, right? Oh, look at those sunflowers, Nelly. Really cool. Oh, that's a much cuter, much a cuter doggy. A photo of a goat wearing glasses in the snow as a painting of Picasso. Oh, that's so cool. I love that one. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for your creations. And now you know it's really easy to do this. So you can use it with your students. And next, I'm going to show you a little project. That was the first project we worked together with my students. This is the, we have here Google Doc with all the instructions on how to create the images. They were supposed to write a prompt, then also explain what was the prompt and how it was created. So as you can see here, we have writing, speaking, creating in one. You can visit the site. You can visit the site and see the work of the students. You can read their prompts. And also there you will find the materials and the guides that we use to create this. So stable diffusion, this is one guide. Also we have a guide by Dali that is really good, and it's really wonderful for, again, learning the language to describe images. This is the prompt book that is really, really useful. It gives you examples and the vocabulary that you need. The students can visit the guide and learn. And for example, this part here, I really think it's important for language learning to learn a lot of vocabulary that relate to, you know, expressing feelings like negative mood, you get muted, bleak, fun, real, somber, melancholic, high energy like threatening, hunting. So this, as you can see, you have plenty of resources and materials to create really cool classes, interesting and engaging for your students. Yeah, this is the site that I told you about. And here you can upload, if you could, please, now that you have your images, you can share your images here. These are some teachers that have been sharing their work. All you have to do, if you come here, let me share the link to the site in the chat if you want to go check it out. There you got it. It's a paddle. Oh, look at that, Nelly. That's just beautiful. I love your sunflowers. And the doggies are just becoming cuter and cuter. And Elizabeth, that's right, really nice, by Van Gogh. Yes. And Alina, that's very romantic. A couple talking on the phone on a Northern Lights background. Wow, you guys are doing beautiful work. Okay, it will be nice if you can upload these images here so we can keep them with the prompt, because right now in the chat they're going to be in Zoom, so we won't be able to follow that. And okay, dear Doris says, before learning German, read Mark Twain. My philological studies have satisfied me that a gifted person ought to learn English. Bearing, spelling, and pronouncing in 30 hours, French in 30 days, and German in 30 years. Yes, that's true. Let me tell you that now I am embarked in learning Korean. I think German is going to be easier. Having fun with that. Okay. Well, this is one of the projects. The next project that we worked with, what did we do with what we produce in this for this project? We created art gallery in a virtual world called Spatial. Spatial is a virtual world that can be accessed in your browser, even on your phones. It's very easy to get there. I'm going to share with you, this is a little video that I created, that you can see the work of my students there. I'm going to share the link to the gallery so you can go visit. I think the gallery is open already. Where is it? Pio, I think this is the one. This is the gallery. Yes, and oh, okay, let me move. This is my avatar moving now. It's really easy to come here. Let me give you here the link. This is the link. I'm going to share it in the chat so you can come later and check it out. There you have the link to visit the gallery. It's very easy to use. Spatial is very easy. This is a fun project. You can work with your students. And if you do, please let me know. I can go and visit your work. Okay. Spatial is a really nice place because you can use a mic and the avatars you don't need to come into Zoom to interact. All of your students can have their avatars and talk and move and do things like saying hello or dance. Like, we can dance, we can clap, yes, and express feelings. Okay, well, this is a little bit of having let me click on this and we can have a better view of it. Okay, here you have the information about this. This was made by Joaquin, one of my young students. He says, I like this figurine of La Catrina. La Catrina is from Mexico. It's part of Dia de los Muertos celebration. I used the prawn Funko. Okay, he's in a lower level and he could create his image and he was very proud to have it in a gallery. Okay, let's go back to the presentation for the next thing that we have. Okay, again, this is another gallery created in another world called Second Life. So it has different affordances and it's also a really cool project to work with. The second time we did the same project, but this one was like focused on a specific topic, and it was about rainforest. So for this project, I can give you also the link to this place, to this paddle, so you can come later and check out and read what the students did. They created really, really beautiful things. It was really, I was really happy. I was very proud of the work that the students created. We talk about applications, why we picked the image, what we learned from the experience. And also all of these paintings, they were exhibited in a we got some lessons. You have here some examples of the exercises we create. We started with a video from a TED talk about the rainforest. And after we watched the video, we summarized it with ChatGPT, and then we created exercises for that. And we talk in class, and all of the ideas that came from that class then were reflected in the images that the students created. For example, this one by Noel is called Desolation, and expresses the sadness and desolation of the faces of a homeless community. So they did a really, really impressive, beautiful work, and I am really proud of what we achieve together. Okay, go ahead. And again, you can go there and check the work of the students. So, the beauty of this one is that students most of these students are living in they have the rainforest in the backyard. So by working with this in class, they learned about things that they have never thought about before. So they started caring about protecting the rainforest. These are some of the images from the exhibition in the virtual world of Second Life. We participated in the virtual world best practices in education conference this year. So avatars, educators from the world came to visit the exhibition. And in the exhibition, you can see that there are some characters, and when you click on those characters, they will tell things about the rainforest. They will, there was a lot of work involved on this little project with the students online. Now, we come to the part that now this is something new, and this is what Bing is offering now with that Bing can read images. So you can you can just upload an image and ask about the image. So this is another way to use it as a model for students to start learning how to describe images. The beauty of Bing, that's something that I really like, that when you're having a conversation here, It's not just copying. You have the chance to keep on talking, because if you don't know what to say, that's what I tell my students, here you have possible questions to keep on talking and searching. So this is, and again, this is a scaffolding. Okay, you have a lot of tools that help students get to a point. So now it's like students are empowered and they feel like they can do many things. Here, now we come to the part where we unleash creativity. And here we have some examples of the little projects that you can do. Things I have done in class. For example, illustrating lines from a haiku. This is a project also. That was a poetry lesson. Haikus are so easy to, or simpler, however, they are not that scary. Also illustrating lyrics from a song. Yes, we create images and then add a song. This, you can go check it out for the, because we're about to finish. Graphic novels, you can create. These are some examples of graphic novels that are wonderful. We use it in class and they were great. This is another way to use token avatars, like this one.
Sei un mafioso, Harry.
So this is the same talking heads, okay? And you can do this with DID. That's the name of the tool that you use for this. As you can see, images were created from the Harry Potter series, and they came to life, and it was like, this is fun fiction, you know. You get students creating images from their favorite characters in a book and then make them talk. This is something wonderful. And here we have another prompting in ChatGPT to tell stories. This is an example how you can create several prompts. You can ask ChatGPT to write several prompts as a story. And with the prompts, then you start creating the images. After they finish creating the images, then they can talk about their stories in class. Also here, and with this tool, you can create panoramic images. You can create a virtual world, 360 panoramic images with just a line of text. Enhancing traditional class materials. This is what I use in class. In this case, you have an exercise where you have an image and then your students are supposed to select the adjective that go with that image. But by prompting in ChatGPT with those words and asking students to describe the image and then create a better prompt to describe the feelings and, you know, enhancing the learning experience. Also, selfies with Mid-Journey. This is something really cute, as you can see. This is to talk about culture. This is like a selfie, imagining that these people could take a selfie and what they will look like. So this is a lot of material for students to talk about culture, clothing, I don't know, past. And also this one is really cool because it goes into the future. So they can imagine what it would be like in the future. Another one is characters from books, you know, the description of the character and then creating images out of it. Okay, finally, the the box of tools that I offer. Here you have two collections of resources. I have started collecting these resources when first, I first heard of AI generated art, and then I started also with ChatGPT. So this is a great resource. Go there. You will find articles, videos. The latest things are there because I am updating this bank of resources all the time. Okay. To finish, I got this quote that is in our exhibition in Second Life, and I like it very much because I think it goes great with AI generated art and creativity. Creativity is allowing oneself to make mistakes. So this is what I do. I tell my students, and when they are creating, they create different draft and ideas until they get what they want. And art is knowing which ones to keep. This is by Scott Adams, and I totally agree with this quote. And well, I think we are about to finish, and we just have a few minutes only. So thank you very much for being here tonight. And now it's your turn. If you have any questions, you can use the chat. No need for test books. Yes, Nelly already shared the, yeah, well, you have a lot of fun to start thinking of new ideas. I'm sure that this is changing really fast, and start creating images and start having fun and engaging your students and inspiring them to get to the moon if it's possible.
Thank
Okay.
you so, thank
So
you
I'm
so
going to
much,
start
Doris.
sharing the, okay, so we can see each
Um,
other. If you have
yeah.
your cameras, I would like to take a picture with you guys, saying hello or something. If that's possible. You can turn
I
off
love
your
Nelly's.
cameras. I
I
would
love
like to
Nelly's.
see your, yes, Nelly's an avatar. And now she got, as you can see, my background is something that I created with AI.
Yeah,
So I hope
yeah,
that you have, you get inspired and create great things.
yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Doris. It's been like so the motivation that we needed just on Friday night. So to expand our creativity and to just dream about how to change or how to engage our students in the classroom is not a dream anymore. I think that we only have to try and keep experimenting every day with all of these wonderful tools. Martha, you have a question, and it would be interesting if you ask Doris directly. So go ahead, Martha.
Thank you very much, Elizabeth. Doris, what a wonderful presentation. We are overwhelmed with everything that you have shared with us. Just something to think about some certain students, especially visually impaired students. That they sometimes use these screen readers, to follow what we are doing in classes. So, is there any gadget or any of this AI app or program that help us with this visual impaired students, to gather the context of our classes? Thank you. That's my question.
I haven't got I haven't had any chance to teach lately someone like that. When I was back at the university in Venezuela, I have a student that she was blind, but she was studying social communication, and she wanted to be she wanted to be on television and work with images and all that. So she was my inspiration. And in classes, I would say, okay, a recipe. You are going to make a video of you making the recipe. She created a beautiful video because she already handled some tools, and test to audio was one of those tools. So I think that ChatGPT, and if you just have to write a prompt, and what you have to do is use your imagination, use your words to write. This is perfectly, it can be done by then. And but that's an interesting point, Martha. Are you going to give us a presentation about that? Because I think you had more experience on that. I will be, number one in this presentation.
Thank you very much. Not actually, not a presentation. Thank you.
Why not? You can do it.
Don't give me any ideas.
Okay, somebody's asking for, let me give the link of the slides to share it here with you now. So you can download it, and you can use all those QR codes to get the links. Share. Share. I'm going to download a PDF. Okay. And also, oh, this is this, yes. Send this to someone so they can watch this. Anyone with the link can watch. No sign in required. Oh, okay, here you have a link also. I have so many things open here that I get lost sometimes. This is to everyone. Okay, there you go. This is the link by Canva. And now I'm going to share also the PDF. Let me get the PDF. It is downloading. As you can see, there are a lot of images. That's why it's a little heavy. Journey. Okay. It's here. Okay, I'm going to share it here in Zoom, right? Let me put this a little. There it goes. This is a PDF of the presentation with the QR codes and the links and the resources. I would like to hear from you something. I mean, what are your comments about this? Would you be willing to do this with your students? Do you have any plans or ideas that you can share?
Doris, I have a question, and this is the same question maybe I ask to every presenter, every guest speaker, and this is the connection between this, well, as Ron said, is not new, artificial intelligence is not new, but how can we change teacher education programs and by implementing this? So because there is maybe there is it's a gap because we were forced, because of the pandemic, some teachers that were forced to be to switch from a face-to-face interaction to a virtual interaction, but that also affects teacher education programs, and that is my question to you. So how, when? Well, we know the why, so that there is no way to
That
have it, but
is, I mean,
the
that is up to,
connection between that.
that is up to the teachers and the schools. I mean, they can get together, they can start learning, like they can join a community of practice. They can come to the Evo sessions. They are free. Right now, it is, I mean, there are so many opportunities for you to train. You know, there are so many opportunities for you to join communities of practice. That's what worked for me. And that's when you start changing things. Is how can you change the system? Well, governments, institutions, you have to go there, right? Most of the time, I am lucky because I work for a university, but I also work for myself. I'm freelancing, so I have my own classes, so I am my own boss, and I am the one that says, well, this is right, this is not right, I'm going to use this or not. Most of the teachers cannot do that, but they can start little, baby steps, and start little projects, and then show those projects to the parents and then to the other teachers in the communities, and then they will go to the principal, and then they will go growing. I think right now a lot of people is interested on this, so this is a good time for people to start using it. So just be brave, start little with little things. There are a lot of experiences that right now, Nick Pesci, Ron, Nelly, there are a lot of people. I am posting everything on Facebook, okay? So I am very open. I put everything. I don't, I mean, whatever I do in class, I am not afraid of sharing it immediately, because when you share, you will gonna get feedback from others, okay? And they say, oh, this is good. And then they start saying, I am doing this too. And then you feel that you are not alone and that you can go places, okay? So that's how I think we can change the system. Hacking the system. Every time a tool comes around, people start looking at the way of how to use it in different ways. And that's the beauty, and that's how technology advances so fast. So if you don't do that, your literacy is going to be like, okay, if you're doing the classic things all the time, your students are not going to be ready for the time that they are living. The students need to learn with the tools of their time. Okay, so if they have this of their time, well, this is what they need, because this is what they're going to use in their jobs, or we don't know what jobs are we going to have. Okay, so this is something that now, again, the Pandora box is open. Okay, some people are afraid, but with any technology that had come, people are saying that this is the end of the world and it's going to change. We don't want to change that, and so go for it. Start changing the system. Revolutionize your classes.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Nelly is sharing in this chat wonderful information, and there is a training that Doris and Nelly will conduct, and they will share more information around December 2023 about it. And then we have a link over here so to follow in EVO 24, which is a wonderful opportunity for teacher training and development. So this is what we love the most: living and collaborating and supporting each other as a whole community of educators. And this is that from our association, from EcuaTesol, we want to do. So to build a strong community of educators is not just with the use of technology, with the expansion of technology. We are not just a country-based organization. So, and this is a little evidence of what had happened. So since we started with this with this webinar series, so we have had people from different countries. So, and some of them are in Europe, some of them and different continents, different countries, and they are here because we are all willing to learn from different experiences. So learning from each other is the best way to grow professionally and of course as individual. So I would like to know if here in the audience in Zoom there is another question. If there isn't any other question, thank you so much. So there are no words to express my gratitude to all of you, Nelly, Doris, Ron, and tomorrow we will have Joe Dale. So in our last session, so you are all invited and more welcome to join us in our day 4 and the final day of this wonderful week. So I would like to know if there is another one. Okay, I don't see more questions. So but as just Doris says, we want to keep hearing from you and learning from your best practices and experiences. So the information is in there just for you. The community is here to support each other. So there are no excuses not to start working on this.
Don't just stay with one tool. Combine all of the tools. And it's not only, an image can be used for anything: pronunciation, vocabulary, reading, speaking. I mean, this is something that from one image, then you create exercises for anything. And right now, those tools are there to be used. So that's the best way to learn. Get on the bicycle.
Learning by doing. And teachers supporting teachers, as our good friends of Ben Teasel says, teachers supporting each other. So thank you so much, Doris. Thank you so much. Yes, Rosie, do you have a question?
I have a question. Yeah.
Sure.
So I wrote it on chat. So I would like to know if there a community maybe of English teacher or for being updated continuously on artificial intelligence.
Yes, that's something, there are a lot of, right now, Ron is managing one in Facebook that is really good. And also there is a AI for language teachers community in Facebook too that I belong to. And they always are sharing really great ideas. I copy some of them. not copy. I experiment with them in my classes. Let me see if I can find the
Yeah.
teachers.
Nick Piaggi is
Oh,
also a
yes.
wonderful reference. So
Yes.
hopefully, so I have my fingers crossed. So maybe one of these weeks we could have Nick Piaggi here with us. So he's also a very, very active and very proactive. So you can follow Nick Piaggi on Telegram, for example. He's very active in social network, and he's always posting different links and resources and tools. So that's another source that might be helpful.
This link is to ChatGPT for teachers. I also have a WhatsApp group called, AI for Education, and I always sharing materials there. So you can join. There are different communities. You just go and look for it. Just write it down in Facebook, AI for teachers or things like that. You will find a lot of communities from all around the world. So that's what I do. In order to learn about prompting and all that, I registered to all of the communities I found, okay, in Facebook, TikTok, what's the name of this one that is very popular? Hi. It is
Instagram?
like not Instagram. It
No?
is like a Slack, Discord,
Threads.
Discord.
Discord. Yeah.
Discord, Midjourney, DALL-E, Stable Diffusion, all of these, they have a Discord community. So where can you go to learn about how to use those tools? Go to the community that these tools are supporting, and because there, a lot of people that are practicing and doing new things are sharing their work, like I do in Facebook. They do that also all the time. So if you need any help, you just write a question there and they will answer. So just connect. Thank you, Elizabeth, for this opportunity for us to think about, because preparing the slides and you start putting all the things together. So it's an opportunity for us to reflect on what we're doing, and the effectiveness, and also to show the students and to say to the students, this is going to be part of the presentation for people in Ecuador, and they go like, oh, they work harder. They really want to do something that they feel proud of sharing. Okay, so this is a way to motivate students too.
Thank you so much, Doris. One more time, thank you to all of you, the ones who join us on Zoom and on Facebook Live. And the videos of these webinars, they are going to be in our social media, are going to be on Facebook, so you in our YouTube channel, and you can watch these videos whenever you want. They are going to be available for our whole community. So as I told you before, so tomorrow is our last day. We will have Joe Dale with a wonderful topic that some of you were asking for, which is how to prompt with the GPT. And I'm sure that you will have a good time with Joe. So, and have a great night. So enjoy dinner for some of you, enjoy breakfast for some others, and enjoy lunch. So, and thank you so much, wonderful community. So
Thank
big
you,
hug
Ellie.
to all of you. Thank you. Have a
Have a
good
nice
night.
weekend. See you
Have a nice
tomorrow.
weekend. Bye-bye. See
See
you
you
tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Bye.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.